And we're back! Yes, that was a good piss, but I'm back now. I also restocked my wine supply while I was gone. I can feel the wine affecting me. I'm not a big wine fan, but I do, I like a bit of bubbly, so we're back with extra wine. Dolino Vodno, that's the new area. Dolino Vodno. An unplaceable bad accent. Uh-oh, a wild cutscene has appeared. It's only a quick one, I swear. Again, after that intro, the cutscenes do get a lot less severe. It's just these little... Look, he's looking at the guard, and he zooms out, and there's a hornet's nest. And he's like, he smiles to himself because there's a hornet's nest. And this is something I mentioned a minute ago. Yes, there was in a codec conversation. I couldn't remember if there was a codec or not. Just for the sake of demonstration. Whoops. There we go. There's a guard. There's some guards on the bridge. That's an apple. Where's the hornet's nest? There's the hornet's nest. If you shoot the hornet's nest, it scares away the guards. Oh, okay. That was a bad example. That was a bad example. But it's supposed to scare away the guards. You know, that didn't work, so I'm going to do a little trick. If you want to... The game operates on a checkpoint system. Every time you enter an area, that's your checkpoint. So if you want to restart a checkpoint quickly, use the fake death pill, so that snake falls to the ground. And then you can either... It'll do the whole snake is dead with the amazing music. And you can either revive yourself, or you can actually press continue to get a restart from the checkpoint. And I'm doing that simply because I want to demonstrate the hornet's nest. There we go, that's what's supposed to happen. Hang on. You can see him running away. And he actually takes the hornets with him. And they will run away as well. Oh shit, it's hornets. And they run away for like 30 seconds, and you can just run through this area. But this is actually one of my favourite little zones at the beginning of the game, is this place with the bridge. So I am actually going to restart just so I can sneak through it properly. Especially because I don't want to rush through the gameplay after there was such an incredibly long series of cutscenes at the beginning. So you get a different game ranking. If you can beat the game without using checkpoints at all, you get a better game ranking, but I don't really care about that shit. I am going to grab this guy. That was very sloppily done, but we got there. Watch out for hornets. I'm just conscious of those guards. It's nice framing. So he's just telling us about the hornets, which we already know about. I literally can't tell you how much I love this fucking game. I just... It is... That was a slightly glitchy animation there, don't worry about that. I love how violent that is, by the way. You can either snap their necks or cut their throats, depending on which action you're doing. But the cutting the throats is so bloody and violent, and they're stained perpetually with blood. Oh shit, the guys on the bridge saw something. I was just grabbing items, and you can dump his corpse. You can dump his body off the bridge. Oh shit, hang on. What am I doing? I'm trying to find grenade, stun grenade. That's a bit explosive for this situation. What you can do is you can use a item. Oh shit. Hang on. I did this very badly. I just wasted an item throwing it off that cliff. But don't worry, I've got 90% camo. I'm probably okay. When you're in tall grass, you have to use the first person mode, by the way, which is partly how they balance it. Is when you're in deep grass, you know, you're well hidden, but it's harder for you to see them. Oh shit, oh god. Oh shit, I actually set off an alert, I'm so sorry. I skillfully knocked that guy off the bridge. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, oh shit, oh god. This is going terribly wrong. Oh god, okay, oh. I'm usually good at this game, I swear. Oh god. How do I get away from him? Oh shit, he's over here. Oh. Oh god. Now, they've actually called for backup, which is of course bad. Oh god, he saw me. Oh god, he saw me. Oh god, he saw me! I might be able to knock him off the bridge. Oh, fuck me. Oh god, fuck me! You keep falling off the bridge because it keeps moving. Oh shit, I just knocked 2 of them off the bridge in one go. That was amazing. Oh, fuck. Hang on. He may not know where I am. No, he does. I thought he might not know where I was because I knocked him over. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh, God, I keep falling off the bridge. I'm so sorry. You can actually... Oh. Oh, God. This is so embarrassing. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just trying to actually get out of this situation. Okay. I've got a human shield now, you fuckers. So, you might wanna back off there. You can... Look, they're not shooting me because I've got a human shield. What they will do is... Oh shit, I accidentally killed him, that won't help. What they... Oh, he's just done it. What they will do is they'll run up to you and force you to give up your shield by hitting you. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Throwing a snake at them won't help. Or will it? No. Goodbye, friends. Oh, off he goes. Splosh. There's like 6 guards in the water now. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. He would have seen me. Oh god, hang on. Hang on. Okay, okay. We're finally escaping. Okay. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Right, this means that we're no longer in their immediate line of sight, but the alert's not over. It just means they can't currently see me. Jesus Christ. That was the most embarrassing display. Okay, I just did something ballsy there, by the way. If you drop down and then time the action button at the right time, you can grab onto ledges as you fall, but it requires very precise timing, and I'm impressed I managed to do it. There's a bunch of guns and shit down here too. Jesus. That was an absolute disaster, and I'm going to change my camouflage because this is not a leaf place we're in there. There we go. You unlock new camouflage patterns throughout the game. You can find them in certain places, but there are certain parts of the game where it's hard to get a high camo rating, like you might be stuck with 60%, which is functional, but you can't let people get too close to you. As you play the game, you slowly... the music, dear god. As you play the game, you slowly get an idea of at what camo rating people will see you from what distance, if that makes sense. Like, it's also more generous on this, because I'm playing on hard rather than my usual extreme, it is slightly more generous. I'm going to eat a reticulated python, because I'm losing stamina. Okay. I wouldn't usually... I was half expecting myself to die in that situation because I wasn't sure how to get away from them all, but I would usually slowly sneak past them all, but I have just kind of cheated by starting an alert and running across the bridge, but that's fine. That caution countdown is when that reaches 0, and that is 82 seconds literally. When it reaches 0, the alert will be over. Currently, there are extra guards running around. You can see they're walking across the bridge, and that's why it's moving. The music, in case you hadn't noticed, is phenomenal. There's different music for the alert and the caution phases, and the music during this, oh, it's so good. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. The music includes what is basically a rip-off of the Mission Impossible music, by the way. The 60s original, of course. It's so good. It's absolute AAA, high-quality, absolute masterpiece level music. I can really feel that whine. I'm going to demonstrate one more time. This is not okay. This is not a good demonstration. Hang on. Okay, okay. If I go up this hill here, you have to hug the cliff. There's a bunch of guards up here somewhere. I'm running the game at 60 FPS, by the way, but the actual shit. Oh god, why? Oh god. Oh shit. Don't mind me, officers. I might actually fall off the ledge if I'm not careful. Okay. I'm not sure how to escape the situation. I don't think they can follow me down here, but I have very little ability to fight back. Oh shit. Oh god, they're shooting me at me up the bridge, they're shooting me at me with it. I might actually be shot in a moment and fall off the cliff, I'd say. Oh shit, 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 shit. Okay, okay. Oh, dear god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Duh. Oh god. I don't know. Where's the other guy? He's over there. Oh god. There's a guy there. I didn't see him. Oh, his friend. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. If you hit a guy enough times, they will fall over and get knocked out. But Jesus. Okay, that was annoying. Whew. Okay, so now the alert has been entirely restarted. Fuck! I think they just saw me as I paused there. Oh god. No, you don't. No, you... I have a real horrible feeling that we're going to have to restart this area. If we restart this area, I will do better, I swear. I will. This is all because I didn't want to just rely on using the hornet's nest, isn't it? I am rusty, is my only excuse, but it's just as well I decided not to play it on extreme, I suppose. Okay, there we go. If I do it like this, I have some camouflage, so I should be alright. Oh, ha ha ha. It's unusual for me to set off an alert on this section. I'm rushing more than I usually would as well. I'm just checking my camo. Opening that menu does pause the game, but you have to learn that you can't just, you can't use the menu. If you're in the menu, the evasion will not go down. The alert time period will not go down. What I was trying to say before all of that happened is I was trying to demonstrate the fucking thermal goggles. Okay, there we go. There's a guy over there. I had not seen him at all until I used the thermal goggles. I will not be using the thermal goggles, and in fact I'm going to unequip them for the rest of this playthrough because I consider them massively overpowered, and despite my horrific performance just now, I swear to God, I am usually good at this game. I want to show you something fun, by the way. What is it? If you equip the gun, and the knife like this, he has a small knife in his left hand. But if you equip just the knife, it's a different knife which he uses in his right hand. That's a fun fact. Bow, down, 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 bow, down, 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 down. Yeah. Now, it's because, the alerts, it takes a long time for your caution to go down. And obviously you could basically cheat by, sitting in a corner somewhere and reading a book or whatever you want to do. It reminds me of playing Oblivion with a rubber band and just rubber band into a wall in order to make your sneak go up for half an hour, and then you've got unlimited sneak and you've beaten the game. The fuck on the bridge again. You can sneak around during a caution, but so long as there is a caution, there are more guards and their patrol routes are less predictable. They're more alert. So, if you're impatient, it is very possible to sneak around during a caution. But if you bide your time, you can wait until all the extra guards go away, and then they return to regular mode. After that horrific display a moment ago, I'm inclined to be patient. I'm pretty hidden here at 80% with, no one's they literally cannot come down this path on the left here, so I'm quite safe here. This bridge, by the way, because this whole area, I'm particularly familiar with this beginning area because this entire intro section was in the demo, which I played to death before getting the full game. This bridge, you can actually shoot the ropes on the bridge, and it won't make the bridge fall down. There's a guy over there, but it will make it becomes increasingly hard to walk along the bridge without falling off, and that applies to the guards as well. So if you wanted to, you could shoot all the ropes on the bridge, and the guards are pretty much doomed to fall off if you get anywhere near them. So that's exciting. Yeah, like, the difficulty of this section is getting across the bridge without being seen, and as evidenced, it is somewhat difficult. I have essentially cheated, you know, because by setting off an alert and running over here, I've essentially... You know, the hardest way to play any stealth game is the ghost run, and that's the idea of if you can play the game without a single guy seeing you or detecting any sign of you. I have snuck across this bridge before without anyone seeing me, it is possible. But I basically, you can see my own blood stain on the wall there. You'll also notice my health is very slowly going up because I have full stamina and I'm lying still. But look, literally, it's not like Call of Duty where it just comes back after a few seconds. And you have significantly reduced health, and your stamina goes down faster on the higher settings.
Patrol here. The situation is normal.
Understood. Return to your position.
Even after the caution's over, you have to wait a few seconds to let all the guards run away. Like, all the extra guards will leave the area, and all the regular ones will go back to the normal patrols. 70%, we're doing alright, we're doing alright. I forgot that when you're like grappling on the ledge, you have 0% camo, that's why I got seen earlier. But now I remember that, we're doing alright. Okay. There's a guy on the other end of the bridge, you can see him in the distance there. I think there might be a snake in this grass on top of the hill here, because I keep hearing a noise. It is annoying to have to I will apologise for constantly going into the menu, but you literally have to do that in order to maximise your camo at any given moment. One of the big innovations that I don't like MGS4 Guns of the Patriots very much, but one of the big improvements they did make over this game is they have a similar camo system, but instead of having to go into a menu, you sit still for a second or two and your camo automatically adapts to the situation. And that actually makes the game harder in the sense that you can't just pause time and change your camo, but it also makes it less annoying because you don't have to just manually change your camo. Like I've said before, there's no strategy in the camo system, it just tells you which number is better. So it was good how they streamlined it in MGS4 by just making it automatic. But it's not overpowered, there is a balance because there is that 10-second or two before the game balances, before the game like adapts your camo. There is that 10-second where you don't know if they're going to see you or not before your camo adapts. I'm just staying still now because I don't trust this fucking guy. I don't trust this fucking guy. Stop. Shit.
Who's that?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck. I think he's out conscious now. He's out cold now. Oh. Okay. I've made an executive oh god. Sorry, I just hit my microphone back with all that alcohol. I'm going to demonstrate the fake death pill here. I've made an executive decision. I'm glad I didn't go for extreme mode because I'm doing bad enough at hard mode. Look, they literally come over and they go, oh shit, he's dead. And then they get rid of your alert and go back to the normal patrol. And then you have to take your revival pill to come back. And a fun fact, by the way, if you stay on this game over screen long enough, Snake is Dead slowly turns into... It slowly turns into Time Paradox. And when it gets to Time Paradox, the idea is that if you use the fake death pill for too long, you actually die and can't come back. So basically, it basically adds a time limit to how long you use the fake death pill for. I'm going to reset this area because I've done so poorly. I want to demonstrate that I can actually beat this area quite efficiently if I try. Here's what I would usually do. I would come over here, kill him, and then you can conveniently dump his corpse over the ledge so that they can't find his body. It's only because I was taking my time earlier that I screwed this up. There we go. He's going down. I kind of glitched a bit there and fell through the scenery, but he did land in the water, is the point. Okay, now this time, because I did it quick and efficiently, oh god, I've still got my thermal goggles equipped, so I'm going to unequip them. There we go. Here we are. Now we can see these guys walking along. Now, I believe there's a fourth guy over there. A fourth guy referring to, you know, the one I just killed. But yeah, I just killed their friend, they are none the wiser. He, on the right, has a radio, whereas he does not. Yeah, if you kill all the guys with radios, that means that they can't call for backup. Yeah, I actually would explain that, didn't I? It really is this bridge that makes this level a bit hard, because there's lots of grass here and over there, but getting across the bridge, there's no good camo at this point of the game for that bridge. Incidentally, this is my sniper rifle, which I could use if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I don't like to use guns. Yep.
Freeze.
Crawl into the grass with you. I'm going to quickly interrogate him.
Up ahead, our numbers are strong.
Up ahead, our numbers are strong. I think he might be about to give us their locations.
If you fall from the rope
No.
bridge, you're finished. Speak.
Okay. Bastard.
Up ahead.
No. Okay, that's all he's going to say. So, I'm going to kill him. This is me playing the game properly. This is me being efficient. Yes. Snake Eater, it's, you know, Metal Gear has always been arcadey, but Snake Eater is a much slower paced game compared to the previous ones, because there is that whole element of you're supposed to sit in a bush for minutes and bide your time and wait for the perfect moment. Now, I'm not actually sure what that guy is about to do, so I could be ballsy there and run across the bridge. Oh god. The camo on this bridge is so awful. Like, this is what I mean, that we don't have any good camouflage for this bridge yet. Oh shit, hang on. Okay, I distracted him. Yeah, that's him being distracted by the snake. I don't think we've got any good camouflage for this situation, no. We've got 0 camo right now. But it's okay, if we stay here, we should be invisible. The issue is my grip meter is slowly running out. I don't think I'll be able to hold on long enough to... You can see my grip meter slowly going down. A good fun fact is that your grip meter the maximum is dependent on your stamina, so that's a nice touch. Okay, I think we're gonna manage this. Barely. And he fell over the ledge, that's fine. Shit, sorry. Really? Oh god, HQ, no!
Control here.
Hang on. Okay, there we go. Because we're quick. Because we were quick and we killed him.
This is HQ.
shit. Oh, God, really? I thought we'd gotten away. I don't... we might get away with it. If that alert reaches 0... come on, 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 come on. Okay. They don't actually know where I am. Okay. I was very close. Hang on. I'll distract them. Oh, fuck. Why? Okay. I swear this doesn't usually happen. I'm going to be the most efficient bastard you ever saw. I'm not going to spend the whole game being this shit, I swear. I'm going to... For one thing, I know that I don't need to interrogate this guy this time, because I know he doesn't say anything useful. So I'm just gonna fucking murder him. Off he goes. I didn't even bother picking up his items or anything. Jesus. Oh, fucking thermal goggles again. Because it sets me back to the checkpoint, I have to unequip the thermal goggles again. There we go. There we go. Any minute now. This is my last attempt at this section, by the way. Come hell or high water, I'm going to get past this place in an impressive manner. This is what I mean though, you're like, there's 20 minutes of cutscenes at the beginning, but then you're just left to your own devices, and this section can either be over very quickly or very slowly, depending on how shit you are at the game. And because I'm being shit today, it's taking me a while. I forgot earlier, when you throw an item, guards can actually see that action of you throwing it if you're close enough, so you can't just... The game is actually, in MGS5, they're actually more merciful because throwing an item doesn't seem to give away your location in the same way. So that's interesting. I've beaten this game on extreme mode. I have to keep reminding myself because I'm being so awful today. A good trick is if you go into first person, it becomes easier to spin them around. That was particularly terrible, but it's fine. We didn't actually set off an alert. If you get them quickly enough, they don't alert their friends. Do. God. Hang on. I'm being ballsy, but there's method to my madness, I swear. Okay, 75% we can do with that. It's actually 80 if I move slowly. Okay, we're doing alright, we're doing alright, we're doing alright, dear God. Yeah, and it goes at 85%. There's a mushroom over there. That's exciting. That's exciting. Oh, shit, sorry. If you walk into a wall, you abruptly go into a crouch, which I hadn't counted on. Okay. Oh. We should be okay at this distance, but I'm inching backwards just in case that guy gets ideas. I'm going to equip a thing just so I have something to throw if I have to. The other way in which this game is harder to use throwing items than Phantom Pain is you don't have that convenient trajectory like you do in Phantom Pain. Oh god, okay. In Phantom Pain, it shows you a little line of where the trajectory of the thing you're throwing, whereas in this, you literally have to just... You have to, through trial and error, figure out the game's logic of how to throw items. Okay, right, there we go. I haven't actually interrogated this guy yet, so I might quickly do that. His friend's quite a way across the bridge. Thinking American, yes. By using the subtitles, you can more quickly skip through the things they say during interrogation, which is a bit of a cheat, but, you know. So there we go. It is possible to get through that fucking place without setting off an alert, I swear. Oh, there'll be a little conversation and a cutscene. Because this is where the Soviet scientist's being stored. That's not a spoiler. That's just a fact that we're about to learn.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump.
Oh,
I can't see
R1.
Sokolov from here.
You can't see Sokolov from here.
There are sentries posted around the perimeter.
Oop,
I wonder
R1.
how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Northeast section.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed
I never
to
used to
any
notice
kind
for
of danger.
years that Snake
not
does just
approach
constantly
Sokolov while in the
repeat
alert
questions. Like, someone will say something and he just goes,
One more
the
thing,
thing you
Snake.
just said?
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov,
Metal
I want you
Gear?
to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry
It's
for being
Vadonia.
so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Beginning my approach to the target.
Oh my god, that cutscene was so short and efficient compared to the other ones, dear god. This is what I mean! As soon as you reach that first guard section with the guards in it, as soon as you find that bit, suddenly the game becomes much more generous with the gameplay. Now, I've mentioned this before, but for 10 years of playing this game, I had no idea, this might be about to blow your mind, there's a hole in this wall. I had no idea that this was here for ages until I saw Super Bunny Hop's super impressive Let's Play of the game. For years I thought you just had to awkwardly slip around the wall there and get seen by guards, but literally there's a near invisible hole in the wall right here which you can conveniently crawl through. So now you know. There's going to be two kinds of people watching this video: people who know this game and people who don't. And if you're someone who didn't, then you have that didn't. If this game is entirely new to you, that little fact meant nothing. But 90% of people who've played the game seem to have no idea that hole is in the wall. I think it's partially, especially on the HD version, it's a bit easier to see, but on the PS2 version, it's basically invisible. There's a guy there, and I think there's a guy over there. Oh, there's actually a snake. There's a snake over there, I just noticed moving. Again, I hope this shows up well in the video, but there's so many like little audio and visual touches. I'll have to keep the game audio high in the recording in order for you to be able to appreciate it properly, but there's so many little touches that you would never appreciate if you just use the thermal goggles, because it lines... This is a bit of a personal thing for me. The thermal goggles are fine for your first playthrough, but once you've played the game once, I literally think you're doing yourself a disservice by... Oh shit, okay. Oh god. Okay, that's fine. I must be seeing things. Yeah, I just body slammed that guy because I panicked. The body slam instantly knocks them out, but you know, didn't mean to do that. It's fine. When a guard is about to see you, the best thing to usually do is just stop dead and hope that he doesn't investigate any further. But if he starts moving towards you, you need to either shoot him or jump on him or throw something, you know. If you're quick, you can grab him before he sets off an alert. Oh, that's an incredibly meta thing he just said. I don't know if you caught that. I might try and replay it. He said, in the radio screen, hold down the action button 2. That is a reference to the fact that by holding down triangle, you can skip the codec conversations. That's amazing to me. How many other games are there where a guard will say, here's how you skip the cutscene?
Speak. Bastard.
Bastard, he's gonna say it again.
On the radio screen, hold down the action button to...
Like, that's just, it's such a small, insignificant thing, but that's just such a Metal Gear touch, is that by interrogating an enemy, he will explain how to skip the cutscenes. I fucking love this game. I literally adore this game, I do, I genuinely do. Like, it's not hard to find fault. The cutscenes are very excessive, you know, some of the voice acting's janky, the controls are so clunky and complicated. Like, let me just explain. Let me explain the incredible arcane process. I'm going into first person mode by holding R1. I'm holding up my gun by holding square. If you press the square button too much, you will actually fire the gun, but if you slowly release it, it's not just you press the button, you shoot the gun. Instead, you have to slowly release the button in order to not shoot the gun. If you want to go into first person, hold your gun out by gently depressing square. You can then use L2, R2, or press them both together to look around scenery. So the process of leaning around a wall and shooting someone, or choosing not to shoot someone by slowly releasing the button, it's There's like 5 fingers are involved. It's the most unnecessarily complicated control system for a simple action. The controls were massively streamlined from MGS4 into MGS5, but in MGS3 they're very old-fashioned. There's so many new mechanics introduced in this game and didn't really improve the controls or camera sufficiently for, at least. They improved the camera in the later re-releases of the game, but in this version, in the very original PS2 version of the game, the camera was... This camera mode is inadequate. It's inadequate. It's barely adequate for most of the game and totally inadequate for half the game. That's a terrible description. The wine is getting to me. I've still got like a third of a glass of wine left. Let's do something about that. That's a comedy slurping sound, not how I actually drink. Right. Okay. God, that went straight to my liver. I can feel it. This guy is inching past. In case you're wondering... Oh shit, okay, I thought he'd seen me for a second there. You do get the classic cardboard boxes, but they're not as... Oh god, I think we'll be okay. He's very close, but I think we'll be okay, because we've got... Oh my god, do not move. Do not... These are the moments where you do not move, and you just pray that he won't see you. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh, look at that snake. There's a snake crawling around by that tree there. That's exciting. I think that's just a reticulated python.
Answer me.
I don't know anything.
Speak.
You won't notice this, but
You loud...
one thing I love about the PS3 version of this game is every time it has to load a line of dialogue from the guard, you can hear the PS3 go ka-chunk. There's this audible loading sound when it has to load the guard dialogue. It's just quite funny to me. Have you ever played like an old game on the PS2? There are some games on the PS2 where you can tell when something's about to happen because the machine will go. You can just hear the console loading something, and that's when you know something's about to happen. I think that might have been MGS2 I'm thinking of, actually. Just a funny old retro gaming thing, you know. Now this is quite a difficult section, because if I lean against this wall, especially when I'm out of the... I have terrible camouflage against this wall, and there's not much I can do about it. What's this item I've just found? A shotgun. I've just found a shotgun. Okay. Useful. Should I just equip the shotgun just to be exciting? There we go. Here's an American-made shotgun just lying around for some reason. Don't question it. I don't even know why I've still got this sniper rifle in my inventory. I haven't been using it. The more things you have equipped, the faster your stamina goes down. But if you unequip them and just have them in your backpack, it doesn't affect your stamina. Chaff grenades. Chaff grenades are useful because they stop alerts from being set off because they disable radios for a while. Stun grenades are fairly self-explanatory. Grenades are fairly self-explanatory. I can't talk. Alcohol. This is actually probably the dumbest possible direction I'm taking to approach this level right now, so I'm going to go the long way around. Often going the long way around might be worth the extra time because you're just better hidden, so... This is quite a large level. For a PS2 game, this area is quite large. The frame rate was about half what it is in this version of the game, although because you're watching it in 30 FPS on YouTube anyway, it won't make any difference to you, but I believe the PS3 version runs at 60. I don't know what the Xbox 360 or PS Vita versions are like, but you know. Oh, there's a snake in that grass, and he said, "In my boot." That is not the case. There is not a snake in my boot. Oh God! Hang on! Hang on! Hang on! I saw him turning around, and I don't trust him. Ah, okay. We're okay, folks. We're okay. You see what I mean about the constant, because I know that leaf is the best camo I currently have while in grass, I was just... He won't see me here because I'm in grass now, but I'm actually going to crawl. I'm going to crawl. Okay, he barely saw me, but he didn't... That wasn't like an alert set off, that was just like... God damn it. I keep crawling under things. You can see how the camouflage system is annoying, but I'm so used to it that it really doesn't affect me. He saw something just then, but then he just went, "Oh, I'm seeing things," and he walked away, so that's fine. There's another reticulated python. I'm so used to how these snakes look, I can pretty much identify them by looking at them. There's like 10 kinds of snake in the game, and I just know at a glance that's a reticulated python. Now, I would kill him here, but that actually makes noise, so I'm not going to do that. Incidentally, in case to remind you, the goal here is Sokolov, the scientist we're supposed to be rescuing, is actually in this building here that we're above. He's in this very room above the floorboards. I don't believe that there's a trapdoor here, but I don't believe it works. I believe the bed is over the trapdoor at the moment, and then when you meet Sokolov, there's a cutscene where the bed gets moved, and then you can use the trapdoor. You can use a rat. That sound just there with the subtitle, that was Sokolov going of me making a noise, because Sokolov is a coward. He makes noises if you he goes if you make noise outside the door. There's a barrel there. You can actually roll that barrel down the hill to knock out guards. That's fun. I know that there's a guard around the corner there, so I'm being cautious to because sometimes I stand up and just run straight into that guard without realizing that he's there, but I remember now that he's just around the left there, so I'm crawling. Oh, I thought there was an item here, but I was imagining it. The only thing is, you can roll this barrel down the hill to knock a guard out, but it does then explode, which will set off a caution, so I'm not going to do that. Oh shit. Oh god. That was very close. Oh god, hang on. You see there's a guy around there. I forgot he was there. I love the background noise. I love all the creature sound effects. I love the sound ambience is very atmospheric. I find it a very immersive game. In all honesty, I do. I also know there's actually a guy on the roof. At least on some difficulty modes, there's a guy on the roof who is very easy to miss. But because he's high up, he has a long view distance.
The others.
Speak.
If you want to learn more, take a look at the survival viewer map.
Ah! He has just told us where all his friends are on the map.
Answer me.
I'm just going to kill him and I'll show
The
you.
others?
This is every guard, every level I believe has a guard who will, I mentioned this earlier, there's one guard who will show you where his friends are on the map, yeah! They also tell you, some guards tell you where items are as well. Oh shit, hang on. What have I just done? What have I just done? Here we go. So, those red dots, the game is paused. It doesn't show you what direction they're facing, but the game is paused, but you can see exactly where they are at this given instant. The only limitation is that you have to constantly pause the game and look in order to see where they are, but I know now that there are 4 guards and their exact locations. So, and that's only possible because I interrogate that guard. Now, a fun trick about this level is it is actually possible to... I don't know where the guard is. I'm telling you, there is a guard on that roof. On most difficulty modes, there's a guard on that roof. Oh shit, there's a guy over there too. I'm actually crawling backwards. That's funny. Doo 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 doo. Shit. Doo 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 doo. Shit. Doo doo doo. I kept walking into that ledge without meaning to. Where is the guard on the roof? I'm not. Maybe on hard he's not on the roof, but I think he is. I think he's up there. There's a guy up there with a sniper rifle and he has a long view distance. Here's the way to check. It's possible he's not actually here on this difficulty mode, so I'm gonna go find out. Shit, he's not here. It must only be extreme and Euro extreme, but there is usually, when I play the game, there's a guard up here. Oh look, there's a bird. Hehe, look at him, look how he walks. He's so cute! He's so cute, and I'm gonna kill him with my knife. Oh. There's no real reason to capture birds alive other than the fact that you can just keep them forever rather than them going rotten. But I'm just quickly changing my camo. I don't have very good camo up here, but there's no reason not to take the time to change your camo, but it is just annoying. One of my main criticisms of MGS5 is that there is a camouflage system, but it's much more minimal than this. They don't have the camo index in the same way they do here. You know, I miss the camouflage system from Snake Eater and MGS4 in Phantom Pain. That's one of my... Oh yes! I did the thing! I should have explained this. You can fall off the roof there in order to get to this door and skip all those guards. I meant to explain that. But here's another cutscene. And this is a lengthy cutscene. So we've had about an hour without cutscenes, but here's another one. Oh, he's burning documents. I like how the frame rate has died when he threw the every time he throws something into the fire, the frame rate tanks.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
I want to know where that phrase Iron Curtain originally came from.
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
It's quite a strange saying, really. It makes me think of like butcher shops.
I have a message from him.
What is it?
You're a pussy and he hates you.
Sorry for being so late.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word.
The lip syncing is obviously based on the original Japanese dialogue. If you look, their lips are just basically flapping completely randomly in relation to the English dialogue.
Colonel Volgin of Gru.
Colonel Volgin! He is the main antagonist.
Thunderbolt. Never heard
Oh, an unnecessary question! Drink, drink, drink!
He's a member of the army Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has
Stock
been pursuing a
footage, so
policy
much
of
stock
peaceful
footage.
coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress.
Jeez, it's almost like tyrants tend to be militaristic and will aggressively pursue war against all rhyme or reason.
And on top of that, the tragedy last
Political
November.
commentary.
President Kennedy's assassination.
President Kennedy's assassination. Yes, I mentioned earlier the first day that this game takes place is Hideo Kojima's first birthday. Now, he originally intended to set it on his, like, date of birth, but he set it back a year to his first birthday in order to incorporate the Kennedy assassination. That is a true fact. That's Colonel Volgin, the main bad guy. He is a bastard. We will see this.
The Drunken Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is
Even these static cutscenes, I love how they use static and framing and things, you know. They use a lot of tricks. Because there's so much cutscene, it would be very expensive and time consuming to fully animate all of them. They use a lot of anime tricks of static imagery, you know. Metal Gear is a very intriguing cultural mishmash of Western and Eastern influences, because Hideo Kojima obviously is a Japanese man, but he grew up watching a lot of Western movies like James Bond, and I think that just Snake Eater is that perfect mishmash, that perfect middle ground between very Western and very weird Japanese stuff. I should say it's weird only to me because I'm a Westerner, obviously. I sound very British. I don't sound like a Japanese person, do I? No. Not without doing an offensive accent, anyway. The alcohol is having an effect on me, in case you haven't noticed.
Leave it to me.
So we have to make Volgin, not Volgin, God, no. We have to get away with Sokolov before Volgin gets here. Oh, I fucking love this game! It's true, I do, I fucking love this game. For my mentor. I believe Jim Sterling frequently uses the "from my mentor" line.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place.
Camp. I want to talk about camp. Metal Gear loves camp, and Snake Eater in particular embraces that James Bond sort of camp a lot. I like that confused look on Sokolov's face, by the way, when I just crouched down and started using my radio with no explanation.
Safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good
Colonel,
work, Snake.
I've got Emma. We've managed to avoid drowning.
We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other
Now
way.
that line of dialogue changes depending on whether or not you've killed anyone up until this point in the game. That's a nice touch. If you don't kill anyone, he says, "Don't worry, I just knocked them out."
Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
There's also, I won't spoil, but there's another point later in the game where someone says something different depending on how many wounds you've taken up until that point in the game. And I didn't realise that until literally a couple of weeks ago when I googled like weird shit in Snake Eater. There are literally hundreds of incredibly small details in the game. Things that change depending on how you've been doing up until that point. And some of them are so obscure. I've played this game to death and I did not know about that one I just mentioned. I will demonstrate them as they come along, but to catalogue every single incredibly subtle change and small detail in this game, every little Easter egg, every little small thing that changes, there's so many details in this game that it's a labour of love. It's an incredibly, for a game that Hideo Kojima originally was not working on and had to be called in later because the project wasn't doing very well, it's incredibly intricately designed with so many little touches. It's even more than Phantom Pain, which is a game I love, MGS5 Phantom Pain. There's so many touches in this fucking game. It has soul in a way that so few games do. It really does. So our great escape attempt is going incredibly badly, you may have noticed. Oh my god, another major character.
Huh? We meet at last.
Who could it be?
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a crew soldier doing here?
Soldier?
I haven't actually watched these cutscenes in a long time. In a couple of years at least. Oh my god, the camera work is so anime, I love it. So
He's the
anime.
Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
He's so camp, I love it so much. Why does he act this way? Ocelot is an existing character who's been in the series since Metal Gear Solid 1.
Never lets his prey escape.
And why does he act like this? He's such a weird character. Oh, the action sequences are so cool. Oh my god, I'm too drunk. Oh my god. His hat came off. Did you see this? This game has better action scene cinematography than most action movies. I'm dead serious. Fuck your action movies. If a video game has better cinematography, look at that! Look at that! I'd forgotten about that. Oh my god, I'm so drunk. Literally, I've drunk far too much wine. Oh fuck. That was some Tarantino shit. I'm cupping my hands over the microphone to make this weird effect you're hearing right now. That was so badass. Oh my god, that was some hateful 8 shit. I love this game. Fuck.
So it feels good to keep
I'm sorry.
even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Why are you only now saying to take cover? Like, there's been a gunfight and you're only now saying take cover. The mystery, of course, is why Ocelot has just killed his own comrades.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
I'm gonna play this fucking game. I'm gonna play this fucking game to completion. Not today, obviously, but over a series of sessions. I'm gonna play this fucking game to the end. He just growled like a cat. He's called Ocelot and he just went meow. Now these are his soldiers, the Ocelot unit. I feel the need to explain shit because I'm talking over everything because I'm drunk. Well, I would talk over everything, but because I'm drunk especially.
Huh. That gun. You're not the boss.
It's so weird. No one makes games like Hideo Kojima does. Ah, his gun jammed. The snake CQC's his ass. This music actually reminds me of Zone of the Enders, which is the other Hideo Kojima franchise. Oh! You'll notice the snake is actually using the trank gun throughout this scene, so as not to affect your perfect. If you're doing a no kill run, Snake will not ruin your run throughout the cutscenes. Literally, I'm not. Obviously, from a technical perspective, the game is showing its age, but literally, from a cinematography, this is better cutscenes than most games in the preceding 13 years have ever accomplished. It is very rare that I see a game that impresses me. It's probably only Devil May Cry is the last game I can think of. Devil May Cry 2013 was the last game that made me go, wow, these cutscenes are really cool. Look at that! Look at that shit! There's a bullet flying through the sky. It's awesome. Oh my god. I just came in my pants. Just lady cum all over the place.
The first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Huh? Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil.
This is not a spoiler.
Revolver.
Ocelot and Snake develop quite a cool little rivalry throughout the game. This is when they first meet, of course, and I didn't like this version of Ocelot when I first met him. I thought he was dorky and stupid, but he becomes quite a likable character throughout the course of the... Because they have a sort of grudging respect for each other,
But that
and I
was
really like it.
shooting. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Catchphrase. Ocelot is a very weird and memorable character, and dear God, I love this game so much! I know there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of nostalgia when I say that. I can't say nostalgia at the moment because due to alcohol. There's a lot of nostalgia when I say that I love this fucking game, but it's true.
Do you read?
Oh,
I read
codec.
them. Snake, you alright?
I've
I
run
think
into a few
alcohol was the
snakes.
right decision.
Guys are after
Alcohol
Sokolov,
was
too.
the right decision
Apparently they
playing
were
this
taking
game.
orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan,
A GRU colonel?
part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according
It's
to
the Major's
Sokolov.
turn to ask stupid questions.
Something between the KGB and GRU, between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
I just let out a
Sokolov
massive
ran off
burp,
by
but I
himself
muted my
without
microphone
catch
so that you wouldn't have to hear
We're
it. You're
counting
welcome.
on you.
Oh God, that was a surprisingly brief codec conversation. Ah, yes, okay, so there is no combat during this sequence, this level here. Now that we're back in the game, there's no combat, but I'll show you something fun. This is Ocelot, as we saw in the cutscene. Now, we're supposed to just run away and leave him, but it's actually possible. If I get the shotgun, I'll show you something fun here. If you kill Ocelot, you get the time paradox ending. You've changed the future. You've created a time paradox. This fucking game, I love it so much. If you kill a character who turns up in a later game, the Major actually says, "Snake, what have you done? You've created a time paradox." Because Ocelot turns up in all the other Metal Gear games, you create a time paradox if you kill him. And you can't continue from this screen without going back to the checkpoint. A surprising number of people don't know about that. If you ask them, you know, there's so many little... Oh my god, maybe it's the alcohol talking, but Jesus Christ, I fucking love this game. Take a shot every time I say I fucking love this game. Oh, look out. Oh, it didn't explode, that surprises me. So I'm not going to kill Ocelot again. I think you get shit if you pick up his corpse. Yeah, there we go, you get some ammo, a mousetrap. Mousetraps can be used to capture creatures, by the way. I'm not bothering to collect all the frogs, but some of the frog toys you have to get during the game are only available during incredibly brief gameplay periods. Like, it's incredibly hard. Without using a walkthrough, I don't know how you'd ever be expected to find all the frogs by yourself, because there's like 62 of them or something in the entire game. And some of them are only very briefly available to be shot during very brief gameplay periods. Oh yeah, we can actually now enter the room that Sokolov was in during that cutscene. There's so many bits like this in the game where you're not usually supposed to be able to get into an area, but if you go back after a cutscene you can explore it. Like, there aren't actually any conscious guards in this area. I don't think you can... I don't think so. No, you can't wake Ocelot up during this sequence. He's just... I don't think any of the guards actually wake up. Usually if you kick a guard he'll wake up after a few kicks, but they won't actually wake up. It's nice how they kept careful track of where the guards ended up during the cutscene, and then they're actually in the places they're supposed to be during the gameplay here. You can't wake them up, but you can kill them. Other than Ocelot, killing Ocelot gives you game over. I'm trying to remember... Oh, look! Look! Hang on. This is what I was talking about. That is Kerotan. He is the collectible frog guy. If you shoot all of the Kerotans throughout the entire game, you unlock the stealth camo. I'm not going to bother with it. In fact, I've already failed to do that because you have to get all of them in order for it to count. But you're supposed to shoot him. And if you shoot every single Kerotan throughout the entire game... in fact, if we're lucky, we might get that conversation from Paramedic.
I see you caught yourself a
Oh no, she's talking about the snakes. Let's listen to this conversation from Paramedic, because this is a good example. Paramedic will tell you about every single type of food in the entire game if you talk to her. I think that's true. Very nearly all of them anyway. And some of it is genuinely educational. Like these are real species which she actually tells you real facts about. She tells you if they're poisonous or not, but she occasionally gets things wrong. Sometimes she'll tell you something is tasty, but it isn't actually. And the conversation is slightly different. The conversation is slightly different depending on whether or not you've already eaten the animal before you talk to her about it for the first time. The level of detail in this game, there's so much. The conversation just now was slightly shorter because I'd already eaten a reticulated python. If you don't eat a reticulated python, you can't see the like overexcited hand gestures I'm doing while I'm talking. If you haven't eaten a reticulated python and then you ask her about a reticulated python, she tells you a longer conversation because she has to explain to you how it tastes and stuff. But because I've already eaten one, Snake's response is different, and that cuts the conversation short. There's so many fucking details in this game, I can't even tell you. This is why, when video games come out these days, and they say, oh, we're the most detailed game ever. Fuck that shit. This is the best game ever.
By the way, Snake.
What?
What was that little lecture back there?
Lecture?
You were instructing the GRU commander, weren't you?
I'm not going to do a whole bunch of codec conversations because we've just had a big cutscene, but I forgot this conversation even happened. If you ring up... Anytime anything significant happens in the game... Look, she's replaying a cutscene and he's explaining what just happened. Anytime something major happens in the game, if you ring up all of your crew, they will explain shit. There's so many conversations.
In any case, he probably wanted to try it out for himself. And he was obviously motivated by vanity to show off his new technique. That's when you make mistakes. The battlefield is an unforgiving place. The only techniques you can rely on are the ones you've mastered through experience and practice.
Uh-huh. And what were you saying about him being more suited to revolvers?
When he fired, he was bending his elbow sharply to avoid the recoil. It looked like he wasn't aware he was doing it, but that habit can be either a fatal flaw or a gift.
I'm just shaking my head right now because
automatic weapons use recoil to
this
operate.
goddamn cock-sucking, cunt-juggling game, I can't even tell you. I love it so much.
Basically, he shouldn't be trying to avoid the impact like that. But with a revolver, there's no need to let the recoil hit you. Just the opposite. Avoiding the recoil lets you reduce the strain on your hand and arm. That kid might
I learned so much about guns from playing this game, which is a bit dystopian actually.
Are you listening to yourself?
What do you mean?
He's the enemy. Why are you giving him advice?
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I think Paramedic, I think I've said before, she's one of my favourite characters in this game because
Snake, are you all right?
the relationship between her and Snake is very strange, and they have all sorts of weird conversations. I think... No, we haven't actually... There is actually another character on our crew we haven't actually met yet, so I'll wait until later when he turns up. Oh shit, I wasn't sure what that sound was, but it's actually the fucking Kerotan. Okay. Yeah, let's just escape this area. We've been here for too long. Sokolov actually ran off during the gunfight, so we're supposed to go find him now. Dolinovodno. So Sokolov ran off, and I've just chased after him, and here's another cutscene for you. And I warn you, this is a long one. I may actually need to take my next toilet break during this next cutscene because it's very long.
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Something significant's about to happen. Oh shit! Sorry, that was an over-the-top reaction. I'm drunk, sorry.
That's what they were making you build.
I'll get more booze during the next break, don't worry.
The Shagahod. The treading behemoth.
Heh heh, it's got the word shag in its name.
IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh yes. And without support from friendly units.
Look at it, look at it!
Tank capable of operating solo.
This is like a porn shoot of the tank. It's like, wow, shh.
No, this is only the end.
My mouth is flapping uselessly.
It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
I have actually made a spoiler-free review of Snake Eater, if you're intrigued by that.
If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
It's a video review, I should say.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate.
It freaks me out how relevant this game is to modern politics. 5 years ago I wouldn't have said that. In the dark age of terror that is 2017, I will say that. Please take me to America, quickly!
Got it. Let's go.
Okay, I'll just shoot you in the face, and therefore the prime conflict of this game is now solved. In every Metal Gear game, there's always a scientist who needs to be rescued. Sorry, I love the Snake Eater song. Like, I love everything else about this game, except the janky controls. I love everything about this game. It's the perfect game. The best game. Metal Gear Solid 4 was a complete mess, though. I should play Metal Gear Solid 4 because fuck that game. I haven't actually played it in about 10 years when it first came out. Okay, it's like 8 years, but whatever. It's the boss! Da da da. With a weird facial expression. Oh shit, the control. I don't know if you heard that. The controller rumbled when she dropped the crate there.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
That's a good reaction to just a random swarm of bees. There is an explanation for this. Hornets, whatever, bees. Oh shit, something weird's happening. This is just the moment when all the supernatural shit just suddenly starts happening for no explanation. Like, how does he control bees? That bee was stuck on the camera, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. There was a bee that was stuck on the camera for a couple of seconds there. He can control bees. His friend can just fly, apparently, inexplicably. Snake doesn't seem too nonplussed by this. He's just mildly annoyed by the fact that his hostage was stolen by a bee man.
My friends, let us fight together again.
This is the boss's old unit who she fought with in World War II 20 years ago.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
That guy's 100 years old. He fought in World War I and II. He's the world's best sniper. He's also photosynthetic, which is never explained. All the weird shit happens in this one cutscene and then is never adequately explained. This is so anime. Hello, I'm a ghost. If you're watching this and you know nothing about Metal Gear, you're like, what the hell is happening? But that's it, that's fine, that's a natural reaction. It's okay to be completely confused by what's happening. Sometimes life doesn't make sense, and that's okay. Oh shit, it's the main guy!
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
I like how every time Colonel Volgin moves, there's this leather sound. There's this sound of leather being stretched because he's wearing this leather suit underneath his uniform, which is later revealed. It's not a spoiler.
Coilless nuclear warheads.
Every time he moves, there's this sound of leather being stretched. It's such a subtle
These will be
little
a fine
detail.
gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one
What
of
the
your
fuck is that,
samples?
Git?
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
This shit is meant to be confusing, by the way. Snake's reaction here is confused. You're meant to be confused by this scene. This is the scene in the game where all the stuff you thought you understood is just thrown out of the window. The boss just completely disarmed Snake. Snake is meant to be an elite operative, and the boss just fucking wiped the floor with him here. And it's about to get more embarrassing. Watch. Oh! Oh my fucking god. Oh god. This is brutal.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live.
Colonel Volgin controls lightning, by the way. This is never adequately explained.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him.
So, the boss is defecting to the Soviet Union, and Snake is completely thrown off by this. And I guess the Cobras just do whatever the boss tells them to, so... And even after all this shit, Snake trusts the boss to hold her hand. Only for her to fucking punch him in the gut. And then he's like, oh, I can fight you, totally. And then no, she's like, no, over the ledge you go. And he grabs her bandana as he goes over the ledge. This is the entire origin of Snake and his successors. The entire reason that all the snakes wear bandanas is because of this moment where Naked Snake steals the boss's bandana as he's thrown off the bridge. That is such a fucking good touch.
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Shag. The spy who shagged me. Just to bring all the James Bond references into one glorious whole. The spy who shagged me.
Drift away.
The Shagohod. I can't drift away. Sorry, that was a random 80s reference. What a hangover. Ooh. I think there's a moment during this cutscene where if you hold R1 you get a secret thing. I mentioned this like 2 hours ago. If you hold the button at certain times during the game, you get a secret cutscene. I might slyly go to the loo during this cutscene because I'm quite bursting. Hang on.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Wow, that was incredibly well timed. I came back to the game just as the cutscene ended. I did drop my mouse and my headphones, my earphones, while I was trying to sit down in a rush, but let me just quickly put my earphones back in. That was remarkably well timed. I literally just sat down and put my headset on, and then she's like, "Good luck, Snake." Okay, right. Pick up the controller. As you can see here, we are dying at the bottom of a waterfall after you just got a whole explanation from Paramedic about the cure menu, and we are literally dying at the bottom of this. Oh, by the way, it's hard to see. You see there's like a skeleton there? You know that ghost guy who appeared during the cutscene at one point? That's his corpse. Originally in the game it was much harder to see that, but with this camera you can see it much easier, and you can see it during the cutscene by holding a button at a certain point. That's the Sorrow's corpse. That's the name of the ghost guy, and that's his body, which is very easy to miss. But I feel the need to point out all these Easter eggs because there's so fucking many of them, and I'm still discovering new ones to this day. Now, this is the cure menu that Paramedic was on about. I'm suffering from several injuries because, Jesus Christ, the boss completely broke my body and then threw me off a waterfall, so it's fairly understandable that I'd be in a bit of a state. This is a deep cut. We're supposed to use suture and then styptic for the bleeding, and then disinfect it, and then use a bandage. Now, there's no real like strategy to this. It's just following the instructions basically, but it's quite nice. It's still kind of satisfying. Like, as you take gunshot wounds and stuff in the course of the game, you know, this system isn't in place during the tutorial, but from this point on in the game, you do have this whole system of having to treat wounds, and you know, these items are limited, right? Oh, this is actually a bone fracture. Sorry, I need to do something different. There we go. Bandage. There we go. And there's a deep cut. We'll do Disinfect, Diptych, and Bandage. Different wounds require different supplies, so it's actually entirely possible to run out of the supplies you're supposed to use. It is a bit ridiculous. You can pause the game, you know, even if you're in the middle of a firefight, you can just pause the game and use the cure menu. It's a bit ridiculous. Oh god, I don't know if you heard that, but I love how the controller, I've mentioned this before, I love how the controller vibrates at certain points during the cutscenes, and the controller vibrated violently as Snake reset his broken bone. That was a nice touch. I actually know a guy in real life who reset his dislocated bone after being injured in a football match, and the story disturbs me a lot, that someone would just do that without being prompted. This is the bandana, and he uses it as a sling here. That's a nice touch too.
Good job, Snake.
This is the boss's bandana, he's just using it as a sling. Oh my god, a recovery balloon, just like in Phantom Pain and in the PSP game before that, Peace Walker, which is also in this HD selection. HD collection, I should say. Selection, collection, one of those. Oh shit. It's a bit weird that they would be carrying this thing directly over the random area that this whole thing just happened in, but you know. I like how you see the Shagahod early on and then you don't see it again for a long time. So the fact that I want to reiterate, the boss is a legendary soldier. She's a hero of World War II. She is generally considered the mother of modern military soldiers in America, and she's like a mother figure to Snake here. It is completely shocking that she would defect to the Soviet Union. It's like a complete mindfuck to Snake that she would defect to the Soviet Union. It's unthinkable. That's cool. I feel like standing up on a helicopter would actually be very hard to do and very dangerous. I love the childish glee with which he's like, yeah, nuclear warheads. What's wrong with his face? What's wrong with your face?
A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagahod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch.
This isn't rapey at all.
Take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Yeah, that means semen in this part of the world. As Coca-Cola famously learned when they tried to market their brand of bottled water here and used the slogan "gives you spunk," which they didn't realise in the UK means "gives you semen." It's important to run these things past the marketing team in the local area.
Colonel, countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to
This is a crucial plot point.
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Oh shit, the controller just rumbled a lot. This is becoming a running joke, is that the controller always rumbles when I'm not expecting it to. So Colonel Volgin nukes a Russian research base using the the nuclear devices that the boss gave him when she defected. That's the escape pod that Snake needs to get into, and this is the nuclear bomb, which he was not fucking expecting to be exposed to. Yes, this is a key plot point, I'll just say that. Well, obviously a nuke going off in Russia in the middle of the Cold War is a slightly big deal. Right, well, we've reached our first mandatory save point. This is the create a new file. I've got 2 ongoing saves for some reason. Create a new one for the Let's Play. This is the logical place to stop. Really, I've played for 2.5 hours, give or take, so I can't really. Well, there you go. It's 2 hours 34 right there. So oh my god, Snake Eater is one of my favorite games of all time, and you've seen that prologue chapter is but the tip of the iceberg of the madness we're about to see. The game is... this is where the true Dark Souls begins. This is where, you know, there's a bunch of cutscenes and the game lets you loose in the jungle to deal with all the shit that just happened in the intro. And things take unexpected turns. Shit gets very weird, shit gets very crazy, shit gets deep. Shit gets campy, but shit gets deep. Metal Gear Solid 3 is, as I've been saying throughout this entire recording session, it is one of my favourite games of all time, and I'm looking forward to re-experiencing it, but in a new light, with all you guys watching, and I'm glad I picked hard mode, because as we've seen, I've been doing very shittily, even at hard mode, let alone extreme mode. I've played this game so many goddamn times, but it never gets boring, there's always something new, and this time, this is my first time experiencing the game with an audience. And I'm going to savour that experience. I'm going to savour any opportunity to breathe life into one of my favourite video games ever made. It is... I do not throw words like masterpiece around lightly. This is a masterpiece. It is the, you know, I love the other Metal Gear games, but this is the one. This is the high point. This is the iconic... You know, I was a bit too young to appreciate Metal Gear Solid 1 as the revolutionary game that it was. Metal Gear Solid 3, even after playing MGS2, really was a turning point. And I didn't appreciate the subtle theming and the character building and the camp. The skillful use of camp to disarm you. Because camp is a powerful storytelling device when used properly. It is... I'm getting so media studies right now. I'm getting so A-level media studies on your asses. Camp can disarm you to... It lulls you into a false sense of security, and then you can drop an emotional bomb on your audience. Thank you for watching this session of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I will be recording more as soon as possible. Hope you enjoy. Let me know what's wrong with the video series, and I'll see you next time. I'm very drunk, by the way. In case you hadn't guessed.